There are three things that are known to cause relapse. Drugs, because they cause surges of dopamine, drug cues, because they affect glutamate, and stress, which causes the release of the neurohormone corticotropin releasing factor, or CRF. The theory that explains the role of stress in addiction was developed by Dr. George Koob of the Scripps Research Institute in La Jolla, California, and Dr. Michel Le Mol of the University of Bordeaux in France. Koob and Le Mol refer to the brain's stress system as its anti-reward system because CRF acts to counter dopamine surges. If dopamine gets too high, for instance during a binge drinking episode, the brain pushes back with CRF to restore balance. Ordinarily, the brain maintains this balance or homeostasis around a hedonic set point, much the way it maintains body temperature around the set point of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. During an infection, the brain resets its body temperature set point and we get a fever. The brain's hedonic system works much the same way. With the repeated dopamine surges of drug use, the stress system is chronically overstimulated and the brain can't maintain homeostasis. So what does the brain do? It gives up on homeostasis and reverts to what Koob and Le Mol call allostasis. Allostasis is the process of regaining stability through change. And what changes? The brain's hedonic set point. In a desperate attempt to restore balance in the face of chronic drug use, the brain resets its pleasure threshold. Balance is restored, yes, but at a cost. Normal dopamine releases from normal pleasures no longer register, and the brain's pleasure system goes flat. Psychiatrists have a word for this state of the brain. They call it anhedonia. Under severe, prolonged stress, the brain becomes unable to derive normal pleasure from normally pleasurable things. Since normal pleasures no longer register, this person is essentially pleasure deaf. If you take them to Disneyland, everyone else has a good time, but they say, "I don't get it." So what does register? Things that release so much dopamine that they reach the new pleasure set point. And what things do that? Drugs. These dopamine surges cause the brain to lock onto the drug. From now on, anytime the brain is stressed, it goes straight to the thing that it knows is best at relieving that stress, and that's the drug. And this connection of the drug to survival is below the level of consciousness. Relapse is a process that is underway long before the addict is ever aware of it. I think this goes a long way to explaining why addicts have a tendency to relapse at precisely the most inopportune moment. The day before their court hearing, the day before the big job interview or the family reunion. It looks like the addict doesn't care about these things, but that's not what's happening. It's when they get stressed, they relapse. They don't know why, it just happens.